supply I need.
I can still pray for silvers and 9 blocked by a gun.
Question in chat is, who is the favorite? Well, if you go by seeding alone, I guess that would make Antlerz the favorite, but if you go by the community opinion, it's probably pretty split at this point. Antlerz does a lot of low percent and has prowess with low percent combat in most of these randomizer seeds, whereas Thirwolf has quite the high ranking amongst all the Zelda 1 randomizer players, so really could pick your poison.
But we do see that we have Dark Nuts on the overworld tonight. So this means they're not going to be in the dungeons, and that is some cheap bomb.
Yep,
so would you buy that?
Both runners will force bombs pretty regularly, but it's nice to have that fallback just in case.
So would you buy those bombs for $1? Oh wait, it's a rupee. Wrong currency.
Oh, you'd absolutely buy them right off the bat, just because you don't have any bombs, but we'll see how many times they actually have to go back to the shop to buy them. Antlerz has finally made it into this level at the grave, and it's level 5, so the beeping will stop momentarily until he fights these danger noodles. Alright, first item in level 5 is the heart container. There's going to be 9 of those in the rotation, so I would expect more of those to pop up.
But we did find level 2 on Thirwolf's screen. Level 2 is pretty nice. Never mind, those bunnies made that less nice.
Now, likes in level 5 are not the best to find early on, but he's got to get to the Triforce room, pick that up, and that will get him on his way towards potentially his White Sword item, as well as being 1/8 of the way there in terms of overall Triforce pieces to get to level 9.
And we just saw a heart container on the floor in level 2 for Thirwolf. There's one more floor item left in level 2, and let's see what it is. So those keys are looking pretty squishy.
It looks like the Armos item is also a heart container, so now we're down to just 7 of those left. Gonna hope to see a few less of those in some of the smaller dungeons, but as Thirwolf's already found in level 2, or just about everywhere.
Well, I think the runners are going to be happy tonight. Thirwolf discovered that those Tektites are squishy in one hit with the wood sword. That means they're not going to be as pesky as normal.
Interesting level 2, given that it's segmented, means that there will be one staircase in there and it will not have the item, so kind of going to have to take a look and see if that staircase is actually required. Never mind, second heart container right there, looks like we're Triforce and go out of 2.
Well, that means one dungeon's off the list. So with 2 hearts and the Triforce hopefully nearby, Thirwolf will be getting out of level 2 real.
Looks like Antlerz is going to try and get to the white sword item next and make sure that that isn't something super important. You hate to miss a free item on the overworld and have it be like a red ring or white sword that gives you immediate combat advantage.
Though, did we see level 2 is in level 1, right?
Yes, it was. And now we're down to 6 heart container. No, we're down to 5, excuse me. We had 2 in level 2. We had 1 in level 5. We had 1 at the Armmost, actually 1 at the White Swords, down to 4. So, gonna start running out of heart containers to go find.
Though, we didn't see our white sword item yet, so maybe we can have some hope that there is not a heart container. Oh. Chat corrects me then. And we have level 6 on Antlerz screen. We found one of the ways that was not without a bomb hole was the box by a dig dogger. And this way, with bomb holes, Antlerz is exploring the rest of the levels. So I believe...
Let's see if we have the item here, or if it's a transport. Seems likely it's a transport, because of the way 6 has kind of worked out thus far.
Thirwolf picked up a blue candle for a whopping 65 rupees in the shop. It's not the best price, but it could be a lot.
Well, combat advantage is now firmly in Antler's court till Thirwolf reaches level 6 or finds the wand potentially in another dungeon.
I guess you can say you commentator blessed them. Blessed Antlerz. Though, aren't we forgetting to play one of our favorite games here on Zelda 1 Rand?
Chat was already in the spirits. I didn't feel like mentioning it, but yeah, some weird formations of shaped dungeons that you can run into for sure.
So chat, name that ink blot.
Some interesting decisions being made thus far, I would say, on our runner side, both runner sides really. It's always kind of a difficult call as to whether or not you stick it out in some of the medium dungeons that have just the 2 items once you get your first item if it's early. And so with White Sword and a heart container being fairly early in both 5 and 6 respectively, surprised that we haven't seen one of them leave the dungeon, go to the next one, instead of sticking it out.
We also have to, while Thirwolf can access level 8, Vanilla 4 and Vanilla 7 are still locked because there's no recorder or raft. And since we've seen a lot of health, this means hopefully our items will show up sometime soon.
Looks like Antlerz has made the decision to go ahead and bail at this point on...
That I think was a ladder block and recorder block, because there was a dig dogger in the natural door room, and there was a ladder block.
Yep, on the path he had determined it was definitely a block. Hard to say if it was a full-on block, because I don't think I saw the map on his side.
We have not yet seen a map for level 6. The Thirwolf gets their Triforce out of level 5.
Speaking of medium to large dungeons that one might want to leave, Antlerz is now in level 7. It's actually not the most ridiculous looking level 7 I've ever seen.
Wow, it's actually one segment. I'm in shock.
Did not get a chance to really see exactly how many rooms, but looked like it wasn't much more than 26, 27, somewhere in that range. So, all in all, having them all in the bottom 4 rows, not too bad.
Though I believe we were ladder blocked in level 7 as well.
Yep, he didn't have the bombs to bomb down, so he was ladder blocked at the moment, but still potential to work around that if they find ladder blocks elsewhere.
Then I gotta wonder, where is that ladder?
So we're seeing a little bit of a routing divergence between Thirwolf and Antlerz, and that netted Thirwolf an extra 2 heart containers by the time he checked the White Sword item. So, in effect, it gave him 3 extra hearts at this point, and long term, unless Antlerz routes back up that direction purposely, it'll be a difference of 1 heart overall.
Though I wonder, where are these items hiding out tonight in this seed?
Neither runner has went over towards the eastern forest where we have 2 levels, so it's hard to say what's underneath those 2, but it has to be at least one of level 1, 3, and 4 at this point.
Apparently, these items are really hiding well tonight. Well, Antlerz takes down those bunnies with no problem because that white sword makes the bunnies take how many hits with the white sword? Like,
Depends on where they rolled on health, but somewhere between 4 hits and 6 hits is most likely. I believe their vanilla HP is 10, which would make it an 8 to 12 roll.
and we see Thirwolf is soon going to be getting their white sword out of level 6.
Yep, it'll make his heart container advantage drop a little bit because the only real benefit of heart containers to these 2 runners after they get a small cushion of them on Green Tunic is to potentially go get Magical Sword if they do not stumble across the White Sword. Once you get the White Sword, it's not as big of a deal to them.
I don't think since these are wonderful runners, I don't think any of them are going to go for the magical sword.
Given that level 5 at this point is Triforce and 1 item cleared, it wouldn't surprise me if they decided not to go back that direction at all. If the second item of level 5 was not found, then potentially you could see them route that back in later, and at that point, maybe make that play, but again, it's really Thirwolf that has that choice to make at this point.
And Antlerz gets their Triforce out of 2 while getting that heart refill, and I think is going to go explore more of the overworld. Or never mind, I'm wrong.
Well, Antlerz hadn't found the second item in 2 on the floor, and then walked right into it, I think, 2 rooms later, and realized, oh, well, now I'm done.
Though we have not seen our small or large secrets today. I wonder what they're gonna be.
Let's see if Thirwolf opts into a potion at this point. And the answer is yes. As I was alluding to earlier, White Sword is good enough for the majority of the runners that are still in the tournament to this point. So, getting that potion, benefiting from that, benefit there I think is more than the combat would be if they managed to get up in heart containers and still potentially have to go to 14.
That large secret we just saw was 80 rupees. It isn't bad, but it could be worse.
80 would get you to 240 if you got all three of them, and given that neither runners likely get the blue ring, that's probably enough for arrows, candle, and maybe one key. So I don't think it'll really impact the runners' decisions too much.
Well, Thirwolf already has their candle, and Antlerz just bought their candle now. And we see a heart container on the coast. Jeez.
So only 3 heart containers left, and therefore very unlikely that one will not have at least one good item.
I hope that there's no bomb block. Oh wait, Antlerz has keys. I'm blind. And we see our staircase item unless level 1 is segmented. And it's segmented! I just had to open my...
Yep, Thirwolf had already found that segment. Doesn't look like they go too far away from one another, so it's really just a question of which runner will actually try and force their way down in this map, because there's most likely to be a route to the very bottom row of the dungeon somewhere.
Do you think that would be the item staircase? If the transport's over there and then the item staircase is linked to that? Linked to the... So I think that was the item staircase Antlerz just passed, unless I am utterly blind and didn't realize that was the transport.
Nope, Thirwolf has the item staircase, and it's the bow.
Oh, that's nice. I apparently can't count tonight.
So it's in the top segment. So our Antlerz is going to have to take this, and I don't really think it's going to be a long period of time in between both runners having at least the bow and the any key that's on the floor at level 1.
That wasn't
too easy to get to.
Wait, oh, that was the Eddie key? I thought I saw Le Croissant. So it's, wow. So it's the bow, the any key, and Le Croissant in level 1. That's not bad of a... And both runners get their Triforce in sync, or practically in sync, at the same time out of level 1. And Thirwolf is heading back into level 1, and so is it.
Yep. I didn't quite catch the power bracelet pickup. I'm assuming it must have been Antlerz if Thirwolf is back in here.
Antlerz did get the power bracelet, so I think Antlerz is coming back for that any key, and Thirwolf is coming back for the power bracelet. So those Gyptos do not look fun to hug tonight, because they are just not squished.
Yeah, Antlerz is concerned about the keys at that 3-door Monty, but once he walks into this room and sees this one, suddenly it's no big deal anymore.
So Thirwolf did get their power bracelet out of level 1, and has the information for the coast item and is exploring the coast.
So really at this point, it's just about a 45-second lead for Thirwolf over Antlerz, which is not going to be enough to really impact Thirwolf's chances at level 9 to this point over Antlerz. It's anything less than 2 minutes roughly, and you're really calling it an even race once they go in there.
Though we did find level 3 on Thirwolf's screen, and the gorillas are in there tonight.
Yeah, to answer the question, chat, all dungeons are where the dungeons are supposed to be. However, they are randomized between the 9 vanilla locations, so as you suspected, you could have level 1 up in level 9's location, level 2 and level 6's, it just depends. So, pretty much just randomize the dungeon number that's in each of the vanilla locations. Another question in chat is, why do they always go in and out of dungeons before doing them? There is a pirouette trick to when you go into a dungeon and the room across from you is not open. It's potentially a bomb wall, so if you leave and come back in, that bomb wall will open up because the game thinks that you went through that when you exited the dungeon.
Well, also, there's the fact that it's a heart refill, and will refill runners back up to 3 hearts.
Yep, if they up an A at the start of the dungeon, then that will allow them to refill their health to 3 health, as opposed to being at 1 or 2 or whatever they happen to be before that.
So I think we're gonna have a staircase in this room Thirwolf was in because it's a sea room.
Well, almost. It had a shutter door, but it did have a floor drop as well.
Whoa, that's nice. Both runners get the recorder simultaneously in level 3, so we're going to play one of our games here, another one of them, Name That Tune. So chat, since we have no audio, since we're doing commentary, please name that tune for us.
Yeah, we'll have to wait for the Dig Dugger or some overworld travels, but in the meantime, it's really almost going to become a race of efficiency, given that neither runners really diverge from a standard routing standpoint.
So at least this Patra isn't too hard to deal with.
Well, it depends on how fast you're trying to go. Antlerz is really trying to motor and kind of got in there and got blasted. Sword beams are, in fact, as strong as the sword slash themselves, so if you can get yourself on full health and use sword beams, it will allow you a little bit of a better chance to actually do damage without taking any back in response.
Okay, old man, are we in Monty Python land?
And really, Antlerz is just not getting a particularly nice pattern to start with against this Patra. Entering from the bottom door there, just had the Patra walk right down to him over and over again.
Useless accomplice is useless. 2 rooms away. And the staircase item.
Yep, speaking of useless, at this point, I don't think either runner's going to go after any color boomerang.
Are you an all hail or an all fail person?
Well, my image on stream and on Discord is the blue boomerang, but in this case, I would be none of the above if I was trying to beat the opponent here in this best of 3 and round of 16. Yeah. Thirwolf does not have the red ring. That is just the tunic that he started with because he, I believe, handpicks that tunic to start as opposed to being random. Could be wrong there, though.
Though there is a bunch of sprite design stuff going around. Like, you can play as Zelda, you can play as a Gibdo. There's, I remember, who is it that usually plays as a...
You cut out, so I'm not sure exactly who.
Who is it that plays as a dog?
JSR, but hold that thought because we've actually got another significant item underneath Recorder Lake in level 8. It's the Silver Arrows, which puts Thirwolf potentially just a raft away from Go mode if they are not, in fact, ladder block, but we're kind of assuming at this point that they are out of level 7 and or level 6.
Though those Wizrobes at least had a nice gift for them, the welcoming committee. Wow. Is it just me, or was that almost... I mean, there's 2 items left still, but that was quite the free level 8.
Yeah, we got a pretty much free Triforce and free Silver Arrows out of level 8, so it's a bit of an interesting decision on his part at this point as to where to go.
Though we are less than 30 minutes in, and wow, Thirwolf has 5 Triforces.
Question chat, don't they need the ladder for level 6? I believe they need the ladder for level 6 in this specific shape seed because of what we saw, but I couldn't 100% confirm it because I did not personally see them pick up the map.
Because technically you can beat this game without a ladder if there are no ladder blocks.
And there is the bomb hole in level 7 as we hear the flute tune. Compass get right way through that bomb wall, so level 7 at least is not ladder blocked at this point.
And we see Antlerz is getting their silvers now to level 8.
A pretty expensive bomb upgrade in level 7. I think Thirwolf may look around in this dungeon before opting to go back to that. Or at least he's going to take out this Dig Dogger, I guess, which is not the worst play. Could be a floor drop.
I really hope Antlerz doesn't get Y-forced right now.
So the overpriced bomb upgrade nets you 5, so it really didn't hurt too much in the end to pay extra.
Not too bad of a bomb upgrade, but also Antlerz is exploring level 8 still, unlike Thirwolf, who grabbed the Triforce and...
Yep, so this is likely where the race is going to come down to. Based on Antler's decision to dig level 8 for 2 remaining items, he could, in theory, find his way to a raft, which would open up another dungeon, or to a ladder, or just to a red candle that he doesn't need.
As stated in chat, I also think that whoever finds the ladder first is gonna decide who wins this.
It's not something he picked up in level 8 there off the floor when he killed that boss.
Look at that 8!
Oh, the book. Wonderful.
We don't need no literacy. We still have one. No, we do not have one item left in 3 because we saw all 3. So wow, that Triforce in 7 is just hanging out on the floor. As I usually say, Ganon really needs to hire some new staff. Wow.
Alright, so the dig of 8 actually did not cost Antlerz too much time in the grand scheme of things, given how early both the remaining items were. So if Thirwolf does not find raft or ladder in level 7, then he may go back. Although there would be a ladder in the next room after I said that, too.
Just your luck. You really are a commentator blessing them tonight.
Well, for now, at least. Still got a chance for the raft to be somewhere trolly.
Too bad I can't be in level 9. So Antlerz and Thirwolf are still looking for that second item level 7. I wonder what it's gonna be. Maybe it might be the raft. Or maybe we can hope it's somewhere
Well, I have a feeling Antlerz is going to be the first to find it, because I think this is the last room that they can look at. Nope. No.
Well,
Reversing it first now.
I just realized 4 is in its vanilla spot, since that's the only dungeon we haven't seen. Though, at least the Triforce wasn't in the Triforce room. And we're going to see a transport staircase to nowhere.
It goes up to the northeast part of this level 7. I'm guessing it's ladder blocked in the first couple of rooms? Or is it past a Petra? Or was it a Petra that was in that Chevy room?
And we know the rafts cannot be in level 4. Or not.
Alright, Thirwolf has made his grand 100% adventure of level 7 to find the item staircase to find what? Okay, well, the book is apparently in 7, so I'm not exactly sure what Antlerz found level 8 anymore, based on the immediate why something or other.
Then, what did Antlerz find?
Guessing he just got why something that was not super impactful, wasn't an important item or anything.
For those wondering in chat, the book is useful on some flags, but not in these flags, because when you have the wand has a significant amount of power, but when you have the book and the wand shoots out fire beams, and unfortunately that fire does less damage than the wand beams, thus making the book absolutely useless. Oh, and I forgot to mention the frame rate drop.
Yep, depending on what flags are on, the book is either one of the least favorite items in the game or a potentially impactful item.
That reminds me of a certain Pentaforce tournament once upon a time. Though we haven't seen the second item level 6, or was that a heart?
I'm sorry, repeat the question?
Was the second item in 6 a heart container, or did we not find it yet?
It's a floor item, and we don't know what it is just yet because both runners, I think, went in there early and assumed that they were ladder blocked and left.
Oh. That's a nice find. The red ring is in level 6. So this means we are running out of spots to find that rat. So where do you think the raft is going to be at this rate?
Level 5.
But didn't we miss an item in 8?
It is possible that we missed an item in level 8, but I never did see exactly what he picked up in that room, and Antlerz turned around in a hurry once he cleared that room out, so he assumed he got something, I think, or just decided he wasn't going to go dig a floor item. Hard to say.
Oh, wait.
Revisiting what we know, it's PB, bow, and any key in 1. 2 was double heart. 3 was recorder and banana. 4 is behind the raft spot. It's vanilla location, so we haven't been there yet. Level 5, we saw a heart container and nothing else to this point. We're missing the floor item. Level 6, we got red ring and white sword, so that was the combat dungeon. Level 7 was book and ladder. Level 8 is red candle, silver arrows, and we don't know.
So the gamble here is level 6 or level 5. Not level 6, so level 5 or level 8. I agree with Thirwolf's play to go to level 5 due to it having less rooms than level 8, so it'd be quicker to find the item there. Or if the item's an 8, it's not going to be too much time. So the question is Antlerz going to gamble after getting the item out of 6 to go to level 8, or are they going to go to level 5?
Would pretty much put it at 100% going to level 5. You wouldn't just decide to leave level 8 without knowing. And it looks like level 5 was in fact the answer anyway, so I'll just stop talking.
Actually, this puts Thirwolf in go mode.
Yep, 40-minute go mode feels pretty good at this point, even against Antlerz, to not have to dig out any more items in level 8 outside of the silvers and the Triforce a couple rooms in. He knows if Antlerz went anywhere in that level 8, then he made up all the time he lost in level 7 trying to get back to that ladder blocked item.
Though, is this Triforce going to be a troll? So chat, name that ink blot. To me, level 4 looks kind of like an alpaca, but that's just me.
That's a good thing to actually see in level 4 on Thirwolf's side. He's got the bait block now out of the way, so won't have to buy bait at any point in this seed.
Man, that's another block down the drain.
Yep, the only thing we really haven't seen a whole lot of is Mugger Room, so that's most likely what you'll see in level 9 if you're going to see any sort of blocks or problem.
And I believe Antlerz is taking the quarter to where level 5 is.
No, he's going back to level 8.
Oh. Oh no.
It's a really interesting decision. I guess if you're trying to meta being behind, you're hoping that the raft is in this dungeon because there's a chance that Thirwolf finds early items and leaves. With that being said, though, I would have just stuck it out and dug all the items out of this dungeon the first time around if I was going to make that call. So that's the only reason I kind of find it a little bit interesting.
But it's also a gamble, because Antlerz could have gambled, A, the raft's an 8 and Thirwolf's exploring 5 and wasting their time. Or B, Antlerz is Thirwolf's exploring 8 and finds the raft first, and Antlerz is trying to catch up time. It all depends on what type of gambles Antlerz is taking for this. So Thirwolf right now is on the way to level 9. Would you like to explain to our viewers what's so special about level 9? Or, okay, I'll explain. Level 9 is a huge chunk of rooms. It can be up to a 6x10 grid. And we're going to be looking for a couple things. First, we're going to be listening for the roar of Ganon in a room that's adjacent to Ganon. Because Ganon is really loud and likes to, well, never mind, speak of the devil when he appears.
Yep, you're in the midst of talking about it and it just happened, so it's another commentator's blessing, I suppose.
Next thing I know, Zelda's gonna be in the room right next to it.
Don't make it that easy.
I've seen it happen before. And we got bacon, and I'm wondering what's on the other side of that door.
What is this seed?
Oh, shoot.
Alright, well, I guess we're just going to finish by finding Zelda adjacent to the next room. 44:14 is the official time, and exactly 13 seconds later, Antlerz has decided that he is not going to continue.
Wow, that
was a
was
question of whether or not Raft was in level 5, and once he saw that was the answer, he realized why he lost.
That was quite the fast level 9. Due to this being a double header, I believe we're not having interviews right now, or am I? So chat, how did you like that first match with Thirwolf taking game 1? For those of you who just popped in or just missed, 8 turned out to be Antler's downfall due to the raft being in level 5. So as soon as Thirwolf won, Antler's forfeited because they have another match coming up, and I can't wait to see round 2. I hope we get a game 3. Then I always hope for more random.
Yeah, not sure if we will end up getting much of an interview. It ended pretty quick, so they got a little bit of time to kill if they so desired. But from the IRC conversation, it turns out that what I said Antlerz might be doing with level 8 turned out to be the case. He went back to level 8 because he figured he was probably toast if the raft was in level 5, and because Thirwolf would logically progress smallest dungeon to largest dungeon. It would not have really mattered in the end.
Though, that was a pretty fast 9 today, because usually 9 takes quite a while. I mean, as it is the Great Equal. Oh, so we see the recorder was Final Fantasy IX. So, Fury, do you have any comments or anything you want to say about this match?
Nope, I wasn't really rooting for either side in particular going into Game 1. Game 2 will probably be rooting for Antlerz just because I like best of 3s to actually get to 3. But kind of how I expected it to be. Both runners were pretty much neck and neck until the raft getting level 5 by Thirwolf kind of put him ahead. And based on a absolutely free level 9, you had to be literally right at or near the same entry time to actually be in there.
Well, I will say, this was a quick seed with like 44 minutes. Most of these seeds I've seen so far on these last couple round games have been like hour plus seeds.
Yeah, if any time the silvers are really deep in level 7, level 8, or level 9, you tend to get a really long seed, and level 9 in general can be kind of trolly. If level 9 is literally going to give you Gan within 3 rooms and Zelda within 6, then it's not really trying hard enough to actually troll you into oblivion, because it could have taken Thirwolf upwards of 15 minutes to get through a full clear level 9, had Zelda been a little bit further away and harder to get to.
Though, I wonder, what was in level 9?
Well, I'm not sure we saw anything in level 4, nor did we see the last time in level 8, so it was... I still think there was 3 heart containers left, the magic boomerang and the wand, so you could have had a 60% chance of a heart container 9.
Though, I did notice that on the schedule, you're going to be doing calm with on game 2 with Dark Falls. So, any hopes or dreams or anything you want for game?
Yeah, like I said, just kind of looking forward to seeing Antlerz pull out game 2 so that they have to go to the full best of 3, because 3 games against 2 very close competitors is more fun than 2. So we're going to go ahead and see whether or not they're going to go back-to-back within the next 5 or 6 minutes, or if we're going to go ahead and drop for a little while and come back when they are ready to go at the original scheduled time. I'll let you know here in a minute.
So what is Antlerz up to now is the question. Apparently, we are getting another show, or at least a visual of what might be to come on Antler's screen. Oh wait, this isn't Shade. Is that even randomized? I'm just wondering what is going on.
That's definitely second quest level 2. He's just practicing.
Alright, second quest. I forgot that existed for a minute.
Yeah, with how well my vanilla second quest runs went, I kind of wish it didn't exist at this point as well.
Though, I remember the last tournament. There was a good bunch of second quest. I hope we get to see some second quests. Well, chat, I'm glad I got to spend some time with you today. And I believe, well, Darkfall's just said in chat. Game 2 is being set up. So I think this is my cue to bow out and give some space to the other commentators and let everything get set up. So my name is KTAP4321. And thank you for watching it today, and I hope y'all stick around for game 2.